Hello and welcome to the Football Humans. Michael was right. Last week we were doing a season review and the season may have ended for the Premier League, but there's still football going on. There's still things happening and we're still in the pub and we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, John Berry's... Sorry, he's ruined your intro there.
I'm not actually. You're still in the intro. I'm here.
I'll just cut to the music, it's fine. My name is Andrew Ragg and I support the Liverpool and we are in the Champions League final. I cannot wait. June the 1st, fingers crossed, we beat the Spurs.
Where are you watching it?
I've not got a plan yet. I don't really know where I'm going to watch it, but
I'm in a barbecue and
definitely sounds good. And to my left, Mr. Steve Sharrett, here he is.
I don't know, I'm waving as if there's someone there.
Hello! Arsenal fan, friend of the show, back on the podcast, and opposite me is Mr. Michael Felton.
Hello.
And he's a Chelsea fan, obviously.
Europa League final, that's where it's at.
Oh, yes. And to my right...
Hello, John Berry, Fulham in Scotland.
Fulham?
Yeah, that's my team. That's my spot.
Fulham?
Yeah.
Otherwise known as Manchester United and
That's what Man United, Fulham in Scotland.
Yeah, okay.
Newcastle.
You actually don't like Man United, do you?
He loves Man United.
Man United.
He's a Man United fan.
Yeah.
Hearts of Midlothian.
I don't support
Part of Midlothian
I don't support
PLC.
Hearts. I support Fulham in Scotland.
Has he gone that far now?
I don't
Really? You don't support Hearts?
If I had to pick a Scottish team, it'd probably be Hearts because of my family. But honestly, I support Fulham in Scotland. That's my teams.
Oh, we're talking about
I don't support a Scottish cup team.
Yeah.
Are we happy with the new Scottish manager?
I'm delighted, yeah.
That's just announced today, wasn't it?
Why?
Announced today,
Steve
so...
Clarke.
Steve Clarke.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Well, what's his record?
You said finally you've got...
What's his record done? I mean, he's got a fucking fantastic record. Kilmarnock and West Brom. He took fucking West Brom, who are shite, to 8th in the Premier League.
And then got sacked.
And they got sacked.
Yeah.
Do you know what? He should have never got sacked.
Kilmarnock were 10
on
points adrift at the bottom of the league. He took to 5th in the league, and this season's taken to 3rd in the league. The highest finish since 1966. Kilmarnock's average crowd was about 2,500.
They'll go down next year now.
15,000.
He'll go down next year now. He's gone.
Yeah.
So it's looking good. What's he going to do to the Scottish nationals
Do you know what?
team? What's he going to bring?
Well, he's actually a good manager. So before we had dinosaurs like Alex McLeish and Gordon Strachan, and you shite like that. But now we've got good players. Like I can tell you, Scott McTominay, Ryan Fraser, James Forrest, Callum McGregor, John McGinn, Andy Robertson, Kieran Tierney. We've got really good players there.
Gordon
Jury.
Yeah.
Archie Gamble.
Gordon Jury's probably our best striker. But actually, that's not the problem. We don't have a striker. Yeah, we don't have a striker. Well, we've got Lee Griffiths, and we've also got Oliver McBurney, who's Swansea's top striker. But I think he's absolutely shite. But it's in the papers this week that who's at Brighton? I've offered 14 million for him.
Yeah, it's
4-0.
It's Graham Potter.
14.
Graham Potter's gone there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's mental.
Graham Potter's been
so
at
Graham
Swansea.
Potter should know he's shite. Do you know what I mean? That's bizarre.
Maybe he's his pal.
Crap.
Yeah.
He's crap.
Maybe he promised him he'd take him with him.
Yeah.
You might have said it.
Yeah, maybe they've got a special relationship.
What's Steve Clarke going to bring? What's he going to do?
Well, as I was just saying there, I think Scotland have got the players, and not to win the World Cup, but they've got players better than 120th in the world or something. Not to be beaten 3-0 by Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We've got players that should be challenging. Like you got your big teams, you got your Spain, your Germany, England, Italy, France stuff. But Scotland and Belgium, Scotland should be around there, like just below there. Scotland should be there with your Polands.
So where's
and your
McLeish gone
Sweden
wrong?
and stuff.
What's he done wrong with that squad?
It's not just McLeish. Scotland have qualified for 21 years for a tournament. It's McLeish. And before that was
That's the
Strachan.
players, isn't it? But
Yeah, but
what's
not the players. It's not
what's
the-
McLeish done wrong? How's he playing the team?
He's not been using the potential of John McGinn's big arse.
McLeish is completely past it. I don't know what's wrong with him. I've talked about this before. I'm not going to come out and say this and diagnose him as something, but he's not the same man he was 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
So I've got a feeling that there is issues with his personal and mental and health life.
Yeah, but
Okay.
also
But-
you've had some good managers. It wasn't Bertie Vogt's manager.
I mean, yeah, 2001, but that
Yeah,
didn't
but
work.
still, that. But what I'm saying
Scotland have
is
been really unlucky. We went under
He did get
Alan
unlucky.
McLeish
Yeah.
first time and Walter Smith. We came we got to the playoffs every tournament. We got to the playoffs and then we got drawn against either Holland, Italy, or France. Now, we didn't even get humped off them. We got over aggregate. We got beaten by 1 goal, apart from Holland. Italy and France. We beat Italy. No, we beat France in Paris, and we beat Italy at Hampden. We beat Holland at Hampden as well, but we got beaten away from home. But so we've been really, really unlucky not to qualify. But then the last 5-6 years, we've been nowhere near it.
But how is it that Iceland can qualify for the World Cup and the Euros? Obviously, it's the first 2 times for them, but still, they've got like the population of a regional English
sometimes
town.
it just works, doesn't it?
It's
You get a certain
look at the
manager
draw,
in,
look
it's
at-
just like...
Yeah, but
the route
it's
in.
actually
It's the management as well. It's like you get a manager that fits with the players and they buy into the philosophy of it, and it's just like...
Scotland are lucky they've got a good manager, but it does start at the top. The SFA, I've been talked about it before, the guys who've been at the SFA for the last 25-30 years are just old guys. They're all pals, but jobs for the boys, and they've got no interest in developing Scottish football, where Iceland and Belgium as well started from the bottom, grassroots.
What, England? Look at Gareth Southgate. He brought the youth through.
No, but I mean, what I mean is
built a
they
team
started the whole training regime.
it started
Everything from 8 years old.
We talked about Belgium before, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because the fact that it was like before, like this crop of players.
There was nothing. Belgium were worse than Scotland.
We tried to name like the amount of Belgian players, and it was like
Mark Wilmots.
Yeah,
that was it.
Like Wim Jonkers.
No, Wim Jonkers Dutch. And
He's
Milan
Dutch, yeah,
Penza.
that's what I mean.
So they had nobody. So they started again,
Penza.
and Iceland did it, and that's what Scotland are. The guys at the top are absolutely ridiculous. They should never be there. They should be driven out of Scottish football, and they're there for the money. They don't do any work, and they sit in their chair, the chairman's room, and they pick up their money and their free tickets. It's ridiculous. But now, thank God, we've got a good manager who
Sorry.
Sneezing on the
stand for
podcast.
shit. And like
First sneeze on the podcast. Well done.
Ah, take that.
the good thing is with Steve Clarke as well, that as I say, he doesn't take any shit, and the journalists and stuff talking today saying that the SFA are so lucky to have him because Scotland are absolute shambles, Scottish football and the Scottish national team, and Clark's a really good manager, so they're saying if Clark said he wants Hampden rotated by 90 degrees, they'd do it. Do you know what I mean? So he won't take any garbage off it. So yeah,
That's good. I mean,
I'm really looking forward to it because we're playing Cyprus and Belgium in the qualifiers in like 2.5-3 weeks time. So I was dreading them. I mean, I couldn't bear watching Scotland. It's exactly I feel like
You're playing
watching
Cyprus?
Hearts now. We're playing Cyprus and then we've got Belgium away. Now under Art McLeish or Strachan, the last 5, 6, 7 years, I'd be like, be 6-0 to Belgium. But now we've actually got, honestly, we've got decent players there that could cause an upset because we've got like. Our main starting 11, about 6-7 of them are English Premier League players.
So you're excited about where it's heading for the national team?
Yeah.
The most excited you've been for
Most excited I've been my whole
your
life.
lifetime?
Yeah, my whole life.
Wow.
and you're pretty
We'll
old.
revisit this
Wow.
when they get pumped
Yeah.
by Cyprus.
I mean, yeah.
But it might
Yeah.
take time for Clark to sort of
No, I think he'll do well.
get a mould.
I don't think so because the players are ready made. It's like they're crying out for a leader. They just want a leader, someone to. And they keep Scotland fucking the board and stuff. I don't even want to keep going at them and employing their mates and stuff. Strachan and McLeish, who are way past it. McLeish especially. Just old guys. Even when they talk, they're saying, well, they're so past it. The modern day football has changed so much. They're saying, well, they're asking about tactics, and they're going, well, I don't know. It's just kind of like, it's so 90s.
Yeah.
And
Steve Clarke's always been like that with the players, hasn't he? He's always had a good because he was Chelsea's assistant manager and he's done great
Liverpool
there.
and
He was
West Ham,
he was
Newcastle.
like the person they'd go to and stuff.
Did you see his speech at Kilmarnock? I thought it was fucking brilliant. I actually felt some passion because it's like I'm so sick of Rangers. I mean, I always have been, always will be sick of Rangers and Celtic. But Kilmarnock, as I was saying, they were so terrible to like watching. They've done nothing for 20 years, and the tendency went down to like 3,000 home games, 3,000. But then, so when any Old Firm game, Rangers and Celtic, they would give Rangers and Celtic both stands behind the goal, which is I think they're like 4,000 seater stands. So Rangers and Celtic would bring 8,000 every time. And Kilmarnock, well, we need the money because no one else is coming. But no one's coming because we're shy. But they've got a new owner now who's like a millionaire, but it's Kilmarnock through and through. So he's starting to begin and changing everything. And on Saturday, they only give Rangers one stand because it's Kilmarnock's 150th anniversary on Saturday. And Kilmarnock fans packed 3 stands. And then Clark came out after the game, beat Rangers 2-1, got into Europe, and he was like, like this is our club. Remember this. This is our club. This is our patch. Nobody coming here taking 2 stands. He was like, so bye Rangers to Rangers fans. Like they were already halfway out and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was the next season we carry on and it'll be bye Celtic as well. And I was like, that's fucking.
And then he left.
Level. Yeah,
And then he left.
No, it's not. The whole point. It's not like they knew he was leaving.
built
left.
that.
He's built that. He's like,
Yeah,
the standard
yeah.
doesn't drop now. Just the way he was inspiring me. He's so inspiring to listen to. So it's like, so if I was listening to a Kamara fan, a Kamara player, I'd be like, yeah, fucking right.
They need to make the right appointment now. There's a Kamalik as well, don't they?
I mean, I was thinking.
It's a tough one, isn't
I think
it?
they will.
Hang on, where do you stand as a football fan though? So yeah, that's been happening. Like, why should that be the case? Why should Rangers have been given such a big allocation if they have that fan base to actually fill it out when they're doing well?
Yeah, exactly.
How fickle are those fans to like be like, you know, I'm not watching this shit. Like, you know, it
To
can't
be
be
fair,
arsed.
though,
It's been going on for
What do
years.
you think, though?
Mate, to be fair, there's only so much you can take,
Yeah,
isn't
honestly.
there? Let's be
Is
honest.
that what it is? Is that what it comes
yeah,
down
mate,
to?
I'm
Like,
fan-
as a fan, you're like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not gonna
but
go and watch this week
people,
in, week
people
out.
have got to weigh it up, aren't they? They've got to weigh up the fact that they're spending their money on it, and they're going to get
and their time.
Back in the
and
day-
they're going to get an absolute drubbing
Back
every
in the
time
day,
or whatever.
well, I was saying, Kilmarnock were a good team in the 60s and won the league in the 60s stuff. It was like, well, where's the 70,000 Kilmarnock fans that were going to the home games the weekend? It's like, there was nothing else to do in a weekend, but in the 60s, you went to football. Men, women, children went to football. Nowadays, it's £30 a ticket. So if a guy and his 2 sons, or let's say, well, daughter, it's like, I'm going to pay £90 a ticket, it's 3 tickets Saturday, travel to the game, food at the game, so I'm going to pay £200 a week. I'm not. He's like, to watch that fucking garbage, which it was. Kilmarnock were absolutely dog bollocks for fucking years. So I'm not paying it. So I wouldn't blame them.
That's fair enough. I don't know the ticket price.
£30 a ticket.
Is it actually £30 a ticket?
£30 a ticket.
Because
Honestly,
that I mean that's a push because I remember going to see Bridtown with my dad, and my dad literally went for a whole season and didn't see Bridtown win, and we had this running joke where we're like, if they actually win, we'll buy a scarf. And we didn't see him win a game for like a whole season, but it was about a £5 in. Like, yeah.
probably less than that, was no?
No, it was a £5.
Did you never get that scarf, Frank?
No, my dad got a scarf. Yeah, we did see him win.
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually. But it was probably a good season. Or a good sit.
I mean, but would you
Have a
have
bottle
10
at
seasons to go
half
to
time.
every week to watch that shine?
The
If
30
it's-
quid, it is a money
it's,
thing,
it's
isn't
tough,
it?
isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially when you become even if you're not going to all the games, but if you become accustomed to your side doing well, and then you've got to watch them go as an Arsenal fan, myself for example, you know, and it, obviously I know we haven't won since 2004, but it wasn't until someone said the other day it's 15 years since we won the title, because you know you look at Liverpool, it's 30 or whatever.
Yeah.
So
All right, mate.
I'm just saying what I mean. What I mean though is
I know what you mean.
I mean,
The wound's still fresh.
It could be another 15 years until we win the title, or
Get
whatever.
there,
And
yeah.
it's like, I think it's hard, you know, and especially, I mean, we're talking about Premier League level here now with the money they pay for a season ticket. I mean, Arsenal's one of the most expensive ones in Europe.
No, it's nuts.
About £1,000 to go,
Yeah.
and if you feel like the players don't give as much shit as you do, you're not going to go, are you? Because why do you want to do that?
No.
Because you think to yourself, I'm paying here to be here watching you trot around for 50 grand
And you've
a
got
week
other things to do.
and do fuck all.
If
And
you're
I'm
married,
thinking-
you've got kids and stuff, there's always stuff, there's no time for anyone.
The thing is that there'll always be people that will be there hardcore all the time.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
There were. But we even saw we even saw it at Arsenal though, where in the,
I mean, to be honest,
in the Wenger days,
it's
where
like-
there was there was spare seats in the stands. You know, people were.
I mean, but the thing is, it's hard to get tickets, and the thing with art, like, you don't have it so much time to bridge, but it's hard to get tickets. But Arsenal, the tickets are all sold.
Yeah.
People just don't turn up. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Because the capacity is always full, but you're like, well, hang on.
Yeah.
So, because
So many empty
it's just
seats,
people
yeah.
get them and then they just don't go for some reason.
Yeah.
Pisses me off when they do that for things like, I mean, look at the Europa League and the Champions League with all these tickets allocations.
Oh, I mean, that's just crazy,
6,000 here, 6,000 to Arsenal fans and 6,000 to and then they put it in Baku
in a
in Azerbaijan.
65,000
Yeah,
seat
but they
stadium or something.
they put it in Azerbaijan as well.
I know.
It's like, I've got nothing against Azerbaijan, but just go out there for one game,
Yeah.
all the way to Baku.
There was 11,000 tickets you get or something each.
12,000 between
It
us.
was less.
Between them?
Of a 65,000 capacity
12,000
stadium.
between us.
Mate,
Isn't that
it's
mental?
So
That is
hard.
absolutely
So that's-
mental.
that's-
That's 53,000 tickets going to other people.
Sponsorships,
Yeah.
and
I mean,
like, you know, all that kind of thing.
Some of the locals,
Backhanders,
if it's going to some locals, and they want to come and see. I mean, okay,
That's a good thing.
That'd be good. That'd be good. But it's not really though. It's not.
Realistically, how many?
It's not. Is it?
Maybe 1,000.
Yeah, it's not.
If that.
Because it's going, and it's like when you watch swing.
But Arsenal and Chelsea fans aren't travelling, are they?
Well, no, I think
A lot.
I mean,
I think some.
I mean, 6,000 each will travel.
We'll say, there'll be enough. There'll be
They
enough.
definitely
They'll
will.
sell our tickets.
And
Yeah,
they'll probably get people still going there.
Yeah.
That, you know.
Yeah.
There'll be enough. There'll be enough to sell the tickets, but I don't know. It's just.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know why they put. I mean, and also we got. I don't know if you read about this about Mkhitaryan.
Yeah, no, he can't go.
Because he's Armenian.
Yeah.
He can't go.
And they've got this Armenian and Azerbaijan they're not in a good political situation.
Yeah.
And
It's not safe for him to travel.
Yeah, it's not safe for him to travel there. And you think to yourself, well,
But-
I mean, he's fucking useless anyway, but he can stay back in London. But
I know it's the point.
Yeah,
Well, so we blame FIFA and Sepp Blatter for loads of other stuff, which is correct, like
Yeah.
corruption. So UEFA as well. They both. So I'm talking about SFA a minute ago.
Yeah.
We've got UEFA now.
Yeah.
FIFA we know about. The guys at the top are complete corrupt scum that need to be found out and actually brought down and brought some justice, because it's just killing the game.
what I think you need people outside of football, people that see it more like you obviously got to understand, have a passion for football, but you need to see it as they see it as a business as opposed to and
Do you want that?
right.
Do
and
you
look
really
practical.
want that?
And look, I think it needs to be.
Do you want that?
I think.
Dunno.
I think you for someone looking from the outside though.
I'm not sure about that.
You rather someone that's like deeply passionate about it so much that to the detriment of how it's run.
Yeah, but then you get someone who's
Look
like,
at it. Look at the state. Like I mean, just
Someone that just doesn't care.
Yeah, exactly.
but no, but
Who
they,
sees it purely as money.
as a money
Yeah.
thing.
Purely as like,
That's
This is how much
that's
money
not-
we're
that's
gonna
not
make.
what it should be. That's
that's
why
not
I
what it
think
should
it's-
be.
that's why
That's
things-
kind of what it is now.
That's why things are in market.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
But look like
There's no footballing reason why that Europa League final is happening there.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
Well, what about Qatar for the World Cup?
Can you name an Azerbaijan player?
No. Team.
Name a team.
FC
Yes.
Baku.
Yeah.
FC
Karabakh.
That's literally the only one.
Yeah.
FC Baku.
because we played in Baku.
Well, it might be.
Is that actually
Yeah, but
one?
we talk about the money in sport and stuff, and something that's been really been bothering me the last week or so.
You've not been sleeping.
No, it's been keeping me up at night. Every night I wake up thinking, "Fuck you, Man City." No, because this fair play bullshit that
Yeah.
everyone seems to just find ways around, like Google not paying their tax or whatever like that. They just find that. If they get found out for this, I'm fully in favour of Man City getting banned from the Champions League.
What for? Yeah, but it's only for a year, isn't it?
Yeah, but and these fines, and you lot, the Chelsea boys,
What?
like
Don't bring me into this.
It starts with Ashley Cole, you know what I mean, tapping him up, and then it's just gone all downhill from there. You're such,
Well, we've got our punishment.
you're such
We've got our
money,
punishment,
you're
and we'll
such
take it.
money grabbing corrupt bastards.
So is the whole football, mate.
Exactly.
I disagree because now listen, okay,
Oh, here we go.
This is where I defend Wenger. He
Steve Soapbox.
conducted.
Yeah.
He conducted the company, Arsenal as a company, as a business, of what we could spend and what we couldn't spend, whatever. And in 15 years, what that's done is that's left us completely behind. We're behind now. We're not at that level, and the reason we're not at that level is because we don't spend beyond our means. We don't just plough money into players and spend fucking shitloads.
Hang on
the
a sec,
fuck
Dylan.
on a minute.
Just because.
Hang on.
Just because-
Hang on.
What's our record signing? 45 million for Mesut Ozil?
How much do you pay that guy?
Yeah, $350 a week.
Yeah.
But you haven't got a leg to stand on.
But
That's
you-
not quid.
But do you know what that means though? Is it means that this summer, because if we only get into the Europa League, we've only got 40 million to spend on players. Average decent player nowadays, what? 50,
No, but hang on, though.
50, 75 million for a decent
But
quality
isn't
player.
that because you just spent 50 million on Lacazette, 40 million on Xhaka,
Yeah.
35 on...
You're going to sell
Mustafi?
Lacazette to Real Madrid for however many
No,
million
it's
as well.
not because of that.
It's fine.
It's because we know when we can spend money and when we can't spend money. And all these other clubs with Roman Abramovich just, in Putin's pocket, just paying money whenever he feels like it,
Slanderous.
Money ruins money.
He's on.
does.
Look, Barry's on board. You two are kicking off because you're both Liverpool.
Hang on, Liverpool.
Yeah, they do all right. But you lot.
Come on.
But but Barry's on board. He gets it.
I've always said that.
He gets it. It's just outrageous, and then people just get left behind. We wanted a 60,000 capacity stadium, and we had to make sacrifices as a result of that. And Wenger didn't get the results because he didn't have the players.
The Rangers are a prime example. Look at we got found out. We got liquidated and sent to the bottom of the third division. That's what should happen.
Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not?
Don't you think this has been going on for years? It's like
but
look at the Man United teams. And I know they bought players through, but they were still breaking transfer records. Man United.
Yeah, but why?
They can afford it though.
Yeah, and then look what happened after that.
Yeah, because
they got bought by a club and put into liquidation.
The Glazers,
put into assets or something.
No, but they're not breaking. There's these rules were put in place. The financial fair play rules were put in place, and if Man United aren't breaking it, I don't care. If they're cheating, fine. But if they're not breaking the rules and it's all legit, then they can do whatever the fuck they want. But the teams that are not doing, how many teams have we seen? Barcelona, PSG.
Real Madrid,
Chelsea, Real Madrid,
Atletico.
PSG buying Neymar for however many. How is that fair play?
And Mbappe doing this 2-year loan thing so that they can get it's just not legitimate. I'm getting mad. I'm getting angry. So it's just not legitimate.
Right, let's get back to Man City. Let's get back to football. They obliterated Watford in the FA Cup. Have you ever seen?
It was not nice to watch. I stopped watching it because I just couldn't.
More one-sided game of football. It's harsh.
I've got a few mates that are Watford fans that are just like, oh, mate, you've been looking forward to this thing.
FA Cup final. You think, you could
keep it a 1-0.
Giant killer.
Keep it 1-0 till half-time.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But it's what me and Michael we said about months and months ago. Well, probably not that much because it wasn't the semi-finals then. But when Wolves got to the semi-finals, we said something about Wolves felt like they could give it a better showing than Watford.
Wolves would have been a better final, wouldn't it?
I just think they just got a little bit more grit and a little bit more going forward, and that could have been they could have made it interesting. I don't know if they would have won, but they'd have made it interesting. And Watford, once that second goal went, it's like what Mike said it today. Once that second goal went in, that was that. Because I was watching it, I turned to this guy I was watching with, and I said, keep it 1-0 till half time, could be in with a shout, but the moment it went in, that was
that chance, isn't it, with Pereira when he went through 1-on-1.
How mental is Man City? How mental is Man City's squad that they can put Aguero just on the bench and not use him?
You know how they did that?
That's fucking.
You know how they did that? It's by breaking the rules. That's how they did that. That's how they did that, by breaking the rules.
But do you know what? One of these days, if the Sky deal or these deals or whoever owns these clubs, the countries that own the club basically. As soon as boredom sticks in, these clubs in question, PSG, Man City, are going to be banging trouble.
Yeah,
they're going to be banging trouble. Why? Because they'll lose their money. What's a Sky deal? What do you guys get? Each club gets about £1 billion a year. So.
I don't know about that, but they do alright.
If Sky collapses, you guys are fucked. Basically.
But that's just a call.
No, it won't happen.
It's not going to happen.
Even if Sky collapses, someone else will bid
BT will just take over.
Yeah.
I hope it does. I'd rather see
Chelsea
and Liverpool of the old days rather than kind of. Sometimes I watch English football and I feel like I'm watching FIFA. It's just like. Back in the day when someone went Hearts or something, and he bought Ronaldo and you just buy every player. It's like, this isn't realistic. I used to hate it.
Do you know, we've had this conversation before. It's like
English Premier League is not realistic.
It's
just like the
game. I liked watching football in the 90s as well. Because of that reason.
I used to like watching Chelsea because that kind of darker blue strip, the white socks. I thought it was a great strip.
You liked it because of the strip.
Ever since 2000.
Your strip has been shite and
absolutely. I just like the strip. That's why I was a young boy. It attracted me to them. Ever since 2003, I want everybody to beat Chelsea, and then all of a sudden Man City come out. Now, Chelsea
you want everybody
Man City. I don't want point a rag. I want everybody to beat Man City, and if it happens, then I don't want PSG. I used to like PSG as well when I was younger.
Never liked PSG.
No, I can't. I hope everyone beats them.
Yeah.
I used to like
me and Mike were talking about this earlier. Me and Mike were talking about like we're talking about the Scottish football, about how Celtic have kind of dominated it for years,
Yeah.
and then we start to talk about generally that's kind of happening in most of the big leagues.
That's what I said. It's happening in every league.
But
Look at Juventus,
Bayern Munich, what
Yeah,
was
Bayern
it?
Munich
Was it seventh year? Was it or seventh or eighth year?
Juventus,
Juventus,
but everyone's like, oh, Celtic, fucking.
But 10
whatever other fucking league in.
Yeah, but 10 years ago though, we were talking about Werder Bremen in the early 2000s. They won the Bundesliga. Did Wolfsburg do it? But Bremen definitely did it as well.
That's why I thought. Yeah.
And you know, and in Italy you had sort of Milan. Both of the Milan sides had a bit about them, and there was a chance. And I mean, Roma in the early 2000s.
And the reason is because these leagues have still got money, so they've not got an excuse to be humping behind Bayern Munich and Juventus, etc. Because they've actually got money to spend. Nobody in Scotland has money to spend because it's like it's England and then the wee pal Scotland on the other side. Like we don't have money to spend. Celtic get through the Champions League, and because they've got 5,000 trillion supporters around the world.
Do you want Arsenal to sponsor a team? We could could British team, English teams sponsor Scottish teams.
So you're on their kit.
Yeah. It's just the Arsenal badge in the middle. We could send you some care packages and things. Maybe some cones.
Well, this all goes back to what I was talking about before. The SFA are absolute moron, lunatic idiots that should be shot dead. They had a deal with Sky. Just a little bit. They had a deal with Sky with just a little bit less than English Premiership. Yeah. So we wasn't that far off it. But they're like, no, we want the same as English Premiership. They're like, we're not getting that. They're like, fine. We don't want it then. They're like, fine, we'll give it to English Championship then.
Yeah.
So we've got nothing.
Sorry, what?
So we've got nothing. So we've got nothing. So then it was dreadful players playing in the league, dreadful football. So we're turning almost the Irish or Welsh league because of these fucking idiots who are in charge of sponsorship and all the rest of it and looking after the game, and they've fucked it all up.
Yeah.
So we're slowly getting back though.
Steve Clarke will sort it out.
Not just Scotland national team. I'm talking about the club football.
He'll sort everything out. He'll fight anyone.
Yeah, hopefully.
Right, so Leeds. Let's move on.
Don't care.
Leeds.
Will Quantrill.
Dirty Leeds.
You've got to say.
Sorry, Will.
Terrible. Yeah, terrible.
You were actually. You were
really
gutted,
annoyed
weren't
with it.
You were
I'm
angry.
sick of it because I do want the bigger clubs in the league.
Derby's a big club.
Yeah, that's
Derby's
what
not
I said.
big.
Derby is a big club.
Derby or Villa?
Are you saying Derby's as big a club as Leeds? Leeds are one of the top 6 clubs, the biggest clubs in England, and they are.
No.
They should be in the top half of the league every year. They should be down. They've been down there for 16 years.
Should be in the top half of the league. They're not even.
Are you messing up?
in the top league?
There's never been.
You're basing this. You're basing us on the Don Revie era.
Yeah.
That was 50, 60 years
Hold on,
ago.
it's not just the Don
And
Revie era.
just-
It's the size of the club, size of the fan base, size of the tradition, history, everything like that. It's massive.
Loads of clubs have got big
Well,
tradition
I
and big
don't want
history.
Derby in the league. I don't like
What, Notts
Derby.
County, the oldest team in the country, should they be in the Premier League?
So you saying
No,
that?
but it's not about age.
Are you saying
You said they're big clubs and
You're
history.
going on history.
History.
You're going on
Yeah, they've done fuck all in the last 500 years or however they've been apart. So yes, they've done nothing. So I don't want them in the league.
500 years.
Why don't you want Derby in the Premier League?
I've just never been a big fan of Derby. I don't like. I've went to quite a few Derby games. I don't actually like the supporters. And
Do you like Frank Lampard?
No.
Why have you been to a few Derby games?
I went to Fulham Derby and I went to Hearts Derby as only friendly. I just don't like that.
Just don't like
I think they are a decent sized club and they are. But once they get up there, I think they'll be motored down again. They won't ever take it any further.
But that's how most clubs
No, I'm just not a Derby fan. But it's not being a Derby fan. I wanted Leeds to go up. Name me 20 clubs. I wanted Leeds to go up.
You were gutted.
You were
messaged.
well
You said you were
I want
actually
to see,
really,
I want
really
to see
gutted.
Leeds Man United and I want to see Leeds versus Liverpool.
Yeah.
I want to see Leeds Chelsea.
Do you know, it would have been good to have
Yeah.
Leeds back in the
What happens to
Premier League,
Leeds
but-
now then? Do you
Well,
think
they've got to start
they'll lose
over
the
again.
manager? Do you think maybe?
I think they might be able to keep him for
Or-
one more year.
Yeah.
It'd be good if they could,
That's what they want.
Yeah.
But
because they need to build on that. Because if they get a new manager again,
They
then-
just dropped off toward the end of the
Yeah.
season. They were doing fine. They were coasting it. Really were.
Will be coming
But then
back on
you
soon.
say
So
you want- you
we'll
say
get
you
his
want-
opinion.
You say you want Leeds.
Try not to make him cry.
Wouldn't it be nice to see like a brand new club
no,
in the Premier League?
we've got enough. We've had Hull, Swansea, Bournemouth, all
Like,
that shite.
you
We
know-
don't want any more of it.
You know, like
Bournemouth is still there, mate.
Yes, I know.
'cause you know, like Bristol City were with a shout at one point. They were with a
No,
chance.
I'm not interested. I
Wouldn't
want
it be
Villa and
good?
Leeds back up and Sheffield Wednesday. And
Why
not
do you like
Forest.
Villa? Why do you like Villa? Isn't it?
Well, Villa are a good club and a big club.
They're a big club, yeah. but-
So that's what
So you want Villa over Derby?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
No, I'm Derby.
Yeah, Derby too.
Well, because of Frank Lampard.
I want
What's the
Frank. I
weird
want,
obsession with Frank Lampard.
no, I want Frank.
I wonder why that
Are
is.
you still in trouble with the police about that? Remember
Yeah.
you got stalker standing outside his house?
Don't tell them.
I want Frank Lampard back in the Premier League.
I do not want him anywhere near my life. He's an idiot.
Stare at his garden then.
Why?
Remember all the stuff after 9/11? He's been pissed at the airport, sliding off Americans after 9/11.
That wasn't just him.
It was Jody Morris. Jody Morris was the ringleader.
Scum. Go with it. Pure scum.
Idiger Johnson.
Was I doing?
He was
Doesn't
there.
know
Was
that.
he?
Yeah.
Jody Morris was the ringleader, wasn't he?
I don't know.
Jody Morris was England team, wasn't it? It was England team.
No, Jody Morris was with him when it happened.
No, I'm sure
It was
Johnson
Chelsea. It was
there as
Chelsea
well.
stuff.
Was it? Well, Jody
Yeah.
Morris is scum as well.
Yeah. He
No,
is.
he's not.
He is. I don't want anyone in the league. I don't like Derby. I don't like Frank Lampard. I don't like Steven Gerrard. I don't want to like any English player.
Hey, what the fuck?
What is up with you?
What are you bringing Steven Gerrard into this for? What's he done to you, hey?
What? Oh, Mr. Obsession with Steven Gerrard. you still hang about his house. I just don't like it. I don't like them. I don't like Joe Cole. I don't like Wayne Rooney. I don't like Michael Owen. I just don't like any of that team. I don't want any. Come on, Villa. Dean Smith. In fact, then get rid of John Terry when you come back up.
I was going to say, what about John Terry? Yeah.
What you got against Paul Scholes? He's a nice guy.
I like Paul Scholes.
There you go. Then.
Man United.
Yeah,
Through and
yeah,
through.
yeah,
There you go, guys.
yeah,
Nicky
yeah.
Butt.
David Beckham likes
Yeah,
them
he likes it. Gary Neville. Yeah, he loves them all.
Don't like
Yeah.
Paul Beckham.
Man United through and through. John Berry.
Yeah. Man United, Fulham in Scotland.
And Hearts.
And that.
No, I don't support Hearts.
Yes, you fucking do.
I don't support Hearts.
You're a shareholder.
And I'm giving it up. I'm going to sell my shares. I'm going to stop paying my.
Who's got
Cancel your direct debit.
who's got the most appearances for Hearts?
Heart.
Who's got the most appearances for
John
Hearts?
Cumming.
Oh, you're not a fan, are you? Who scored the most goals for Hearts?
John Robinson.
Oh, okay, yeah. Not a fan though.
No, I just know my shit. Listen, they mean a lot to my family, so I'll look out for the results.
When was Hearts founded?
1874.
Oh, yeah.
I just know my stuff, yeah, but Hibs were found in 1875, don't support it.
Right, guys, get in touch. We are on Twitter. It's at football_humans. And we are on Instagram. And we're going to take a picture of Mr. John Berry's face and post it on there. He likes doing this thing where he shows us how many chins he has. So, can you count John Berry's chins? And that's going to be on our Instagram.
Winner gets a free dinner with him.
And you can get in touch. It's contact@gmail.com. We will be back next week. We will give you a quiz. We normally do a quiz, and we normally do lots of things.
No quiz, but
no
it's
quiz.
fine.
It's
We'll
fine.
have a quiz.
It's fine.
Maybe we should just have a big quiz one.
We'll have it
at some point.
Yeah.
End of season quiz you should do.
End of season quiz.
Big quiz.
What game have we got to talk about next week?
Oh, I don't
What's
know.
going to happen?
I don't know.
Game of Thrones. Yes.
Don't talk about that because I've not seen it.
No, playoffs.
It'll be the playoff. Yeah. So, who's your money on? Aston Villa or Leeds? Or Leeds. Aston Villa or Derby? Who's going up?
Derby.
Who's going up?
Derby.
Derby will win it, yeah.
Just to wind you up.
Just to wind me up, yeah.
I want Derby to win. I think Villa will win. They've beaten them all season. They've smashed them. Like I just think Villa will get through and win. There you go. Anyway,
Thanks for that.
You forget.
on that note,
What about League 1 and League 2?
League 1, League 2. Who's going to go up?
I'm hoping Newport County go up from League 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got
Right back
no
to
idea
the
who's playing.
Yeah.
It's Sunderland versus Charlton in the final.
Oh yeah, Sunderland.
Also,
yeah.
the mighty Mike Dean Tranmere Rovers are in the final as well.
Yeah.
Did we see the celebration of
Yeah,
Mike
it's
Dean?
good. It's good. It's a bit hooligan.
I mean,
It's
can
brilliant.
I just quickly say it wasn't brilliant because he knew he was being filmed. He was doing it because he was like, oh look, everyone else was just clapping. He was going absolutely mental for no. It was so
was
attention.
hang on,
it
that was
wasn't passion. It was so
passion.
attention
Come
seeking.
on.
It was so attention seeking.
No, it wasn't.
Why are you such a cynic?
It was always
Why are you
basically
such
no
a
one
cynic?
can say I'm a sports sponsor or anyone else because I'm Tranmere. Look, everyone, I support Tranmere. Everyone around was like, right, calm down. He's like, nah, fucking nah. It's like it's so embarrassing, and then you get people going, oh, that's great, and I was passionate. It was he's the most arrogant scumbag going.
So do you want
Hang on.
So do you want Newport to win then?
Yes. No, I actually want Tranmere to win for John Aldridge.
Do we know every referee's team?
He's not dead.
Do we know every referee's team?
No.
So Mike Dean surely cannot referee a Tranmere Rovers game.
Well, they reckon he's a Spurs fan.
Yeah, I think he is a Spurs, but so he can referee Spurs games. He's like, oh look, I'm a Tranmere fan. Look,
So so we think he's a Spurs fan.
Well, there's a rumour going around. He's a Spurs fan.
he's a few scumbag.
But you're not allowed. You're not allowed to referee in your area, are you? They sort of send you to other parts of the country, I think.
Oh, so from where you? Okay.
They tried to do that, I think. Yeah, tried to.
Wasn't it Howard Webb that used to say was a Man United fan?
Mm-hmm.
They should have that on their application form.
Yeah.
I think they do in England, but in Scotland don't. And the question in Scotland, and the Scottish referees.
Maybe they're all Celtic
why?
fans.
They're not.
That's
That's apparently only one Celtic fan. This guy Steve Conroy, who's a Celtic fan, he came out in the phone in last week. He was saying he's a Celtic fan. I always knew he was because he was never in the Hearts. He was like, I'm a Celtic fan, but it's like, of course you are, mate. But he said he was only a Celtic fan. Like 90% of them were Rangers fans. But then he goes, but you got Edinburgh, it's either Hearts or Hibs or Rangers. It's like, but I don't know any referee gives Hearts anything. So I only know Rangers, Celtic, Hibs fans.
So you're saying there's no referee that's a Hearts fan?
I think that actually is. I think there's two, but they don't referee anymore for some reason. They gave
You sound like a nutter.
They gave a Hearts penalty last minute against Celtic in the 2012. He never refereed again. Honestly.
You sound like a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
I just know my facts.
On that note, we'll leave you and we will get back to you next week.